Hello there. Just doing another video here. Grabbed a couple of iPods when I was at Value Village today, which is very cool. Not this one. This is the one that I just had since like 7th grade. I got it for like my birthday. This you'll recognize as my iPod Classic 3G. It was not working previously. It was having hard drive issues, and I didn't want to spend the $99, or sometimes you can get them for cheaper, refurbished, to buy a new hard drive. The original was 40 gigabytes. Here's the original hard drive. This big chunky thing right here. That's a 40 gigabyte Toshiba hard drive. That's MK4004 GAH. And oh, my dad's looking for this. I'll have to give that back to him. Actually, I'll bring in all my iPods for butt's sake. And I got this at Value Village for $10, which is very slick. It was not working. It had water damage. The reason I can tell it had water damage, it was because lots of the inside contacts had rusted to a point where they were had oxidized to a point that they were basically, if I pulled too hard on a connector, it would snap off because the rust was so bad. So I tested the hard drive that was in this thing, and it worked. Believe it or not. I guess it was sealed pretty well against the water, so I stuck it in this. So this now has a 15 gigabyte hard drive. As you can see by that, it says 15 gigabytes. And this is the thin model. You'll see if I stand this one on its side that it is rather more chunky than this one. These are the same model, just different gigabyte sizes. So this one is a dud, but I can use it for parts if I want. I think the logic board is screwed pretty much. The hard drive was good. Screen was good. I also swapped the screen from this. My old screen, which is, oh, I actually stuck it back in here, had a vertical line that was going bad. So I just nabbed the screen from that. It's a little flickery. It doesn't work perfectly, but it certainly works better than the other one, and it gives me a full picture, which is great. This is charging, as you can see. Let me unlock it. All the lights work again, and let me see if I can get it to. Hey, come on now. There, it's focused on that. So everything works now, which is pretty great. Settings, I will show you actually it's 13.9 gigs now, which is with firmware and all the little extra stuff that's on it. Goes up to a 15 gig drive. Now, if I wanted to spend the money, I could totally go grab a new 40 gig hard drive and just stick that in there and be happy. But for the time being, this is fine. So that's that. Let me just shut this guy off and return to the light. And here is the one I was really excited about when I first saw this. My iPod, the iPod Touch, which I'm filming with, is plugged in, so I can't move around that much. But here is an iPod Classic 2nd generation, which I think is bloody awesome. This used to belong to somebody, so her name is etched on there, and I'm not going to bother showing that. It's the 10 gigabyte model, original hard drive. She took incredibly good care of this thing. There are very few scratches on the back, except for the keyed out name, which I can still make out. Don't feel like a creeper at all. Hard drive was absolutely fine. Battery lasts very long, surprisingly. I was out in the university area today, giving some family a tour, and let me just unplug this. And I tested it out in the field, and I just listened to music for about 3 hours, and it only went down 1 bar. I have to do this, and it works great. It's let's see if it'll wake up to regular screen. I didn't have to do any work to this one. I may get some chrome polish at some point and clean it up a little bit. All of a sudden it's not. There we go. Alright, so let me turn on the backlight. Oh, I thought I'd set it to automatic backlight. So have it focus to that. And as you can see, it works alright. So I can go to music, and I put a bunch of classical music and stuff on there. Ragtime. Some old jazz. All kinds of good stuff on there. And it's 10 gigabytes, so I've got plenty of stuff. Oh, aquarium. Genres, yeah, I've just got a bunch of good stuff on there. It has got the game, which is pretty cool, and that's just Zaxxon, which is pretty fun. I got a good amount of practice in on that, but it's hard to do with my left hand. but let's see if I can slow it down any bit, because when it starts going fast, you start losing. Yeah, I could totally just sit here for a while and play. But yeah, so it's got Zaxxon, it's got a clock, which is accurate. It's late, I didn't realize how late it was. And yeah, so I mean, it's pretty great, and it got 10 gigs, and battery lasts for full length. She barely used it, looks like it. And yeah, so I've got a fully functioning 2nd gen iPod. If I am not mistaken, I believe that the 1st generation at first did not work out with Windows, but they did some sort of software, or maybe it was the second part of the 1st generation. They allowed Windows functionality. So if I wanted, I think I could get a 1st generation with the spinning scroll wheel that would work with Windows. Though I'm not 100%. So now here's my collection so far. I've got the iPod 2G, got the iPod 3G, which is pretty much my favorite iPod ever. It's just the hard drives are so unreliable. And the U2, which is currently not working. Got the signatures on the back. Man, I really do need to get some chrome polish out. And my first iPod, which is the iPod Nano, and it's always going to be near and dear to my parts. And my iPod Touch, which you can't see. There, now you can see it. There's the back. And so yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy that I got this. Oh, I also have, I don't own it, but I have another iPod somewhere in this house. It's an iPod mini, and the battery doesn't last, period. And it sort of works. It's sort of partially broken. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to a friend. I just wanted to play with it. And so yeah, I mean, I am pleased with what happened to this one. I was so upset when this was broken. When this broke, the hard drive stopped working, and I went to Apple, and it's like, sorry, you can't get a new $60 hard drive because we don't service them anymore, which was just like, great. So yeah, now I have a fully functioning iPod 3G, not full hard drive space, but if I wanted to, I could upgrade the hard drive. For some reason, I had to install an old, what is it? A old USB 2.0 and FireWire card into this computer to get the FireWire to work, because I didn't want to have to plug it into the Mac downstairs, which doesn't have all my music on it. So I had to install that, and it doesn't seem to work correctly, or 100%. So it's a little bit on and off, sort of not functioning completely. But yeah, there's the spread. And that's what I've got so far. So I've also got the dud over here, which is just used for bits and bobs. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I've got to show you. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and found it intriguing, and are incredibly jealous of my amazing collection. And yeah, so talk to you guys later.